A new era of user experience.
How AI can bring us
beyond the screen.
UX designers have been grappling with what AI is going to mean for user experience. Is it going to be all prompt chat-based things? That's what most UX designers are going to point into.
We've seen prompts everywhere. Text to image, text to 3D object, text to rendering, text to code, and even now, text to fully operating programs. It's actively being worked on at some gaming companies.
But in actuality, in the future, we're going to be talking to our computers the way we talk to our people.
Hey, computer. Do you want to go to the cafe? Brainstorm some of these ideas later?
The next era of UX will be beyond the screen because AI is going to allow us to string together all kinds of context in the real world. Humans already communicate naturally this way. We understand intention from all kinds of clues, emotion, talking, the tone of voice we use, what we're pointing at, drawing something, where we are or who we're with, and even just asking someone, hey, what did you mean? We rely so much on the physicality of the world to understand context. Computers already recognize a lot of what humans can recognize. They track location, they can decipher speech, facial and gesture recognition can identify if someone's happy, if they're shrugging, pointing at something, and even what they're pointing at. And beyond the person, computers can understand all kinds of context about the environment someone's in. Computer vision allows us to understand object detection in images and videos. So a computer can tell if someone has a book in their hands in a kitchen, or if they're walking down the street with a crowd at night. So if this all exists already, why all of a sudden are we going to move beyond the screen? Well, now large language models allow us more easily to attach context across these different modes and across language. And that's really changing the way that we interact with computers. And there are tons of companies already starting to work on this.
Notice how they're speaking in natural language here.
Hey, who are you?
I am the AI brain of your smart home. How may I be of assistance?
Just noticed that I'm recording this video in the dark in the office. Can you do something about that?
Turning on the lights for you.
Alexa, let's chat. Okay, write a message I can send to my friends inviting them over at noon on Sunday.
Again, natural language.
Hey friend, it's been a while since we've last met up. Want to come over at noon on Sunday? We can watch the game and have some barbecue chicken and sides.
Send that to my phone.
I sent the message to your app.
One day, technology would become invisible, and that the computer would disappear. And we agree. Sorry, this is my wife. I'm gonna have to get this. Hello?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Bethany. How's it going?
We want to hear a bedtime story.
Alright, I want to know, if I show you food that I have, can you identify which food is keto?
Sure, show me your food and I'll tell you what is a keto food.
It can infer all kinds of context and rationality about what it's seeing in the real world.
It looks like you have steak, spinach, butter, avocados, and lemons. Those are all great keto foods.
I want you to search the internet for a recipe that uses those ingredients.
I found a recipe called 15-minute lemon garlic butter steak with spinach that uses your ingredients.
But this is just a demo. What about companies working on this? Archetype AI is building what they call a physical AI. It takes a wide range of sensor data, primarily camera feeds. Then they use large language models to rationalize about what's happening. You can ask all kinds of questions in plain language. Usually you'd have to design and program distinct UX flows for each of these types of questions. This is a critical point. In the future, UX won't require such predetermined user flows. Instead, the responses and UX itself will adapt based on the conversation and even the contextual clues that occur in the environment and convey what the user wants.
Tab constructs a personalized knowledge graph that evolves as you have real-world conversations.
Ideas on how can you truly give your personal context to such a tool. And I've come up with this wearable that you can see hanging around my neck right now, where throughout my days, it kind of ingests the context of my daily life through listening in on all of my conversations.
You speak with it like you would a real assistant, as in, it remembers the ideas, the people, the projects you've talked about before.
Hey Tab, I'm on stage right now. What would be a cool way to demo Tab? So, as you can see, Tab suggests all kinds of ideas. I mean, it understands what Newton is, it understands the demographics of the audience here, it knows who I am, it knows who Tom is.
We shouldn't have to dumb it down to speak in the way a computer would understand. It can be expressive. Why can't we interact with our hands? Or sketch to make logos? Or turn sketchy wireframes into a user interface? This was a hackathon project we made at Sidewalk Labs. It turns a drawing outline into a 3D model of a building and estimates the square footage and cost. No screens or clicking menus. If you work in tech, your user experience doesn't have to be a chat-based prompt window in the screen. Consider formats beyond the screen. If you're a designer, your UX flow doesn't have to be a rigid robotic flow. UX and the interactions within it should be as adaptive as a natural human conversation. Thank you for coming on this journey with us. If you'd like to follow along with our research in AI and spatial computing, you can follow along at Spatial Pixel.